What is going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today I am going to be playing Terminal Conflict. This is a game created by StrategyMill. I have been talking to StrategyMill ever since I actually discovered this game a couple of months ago. I believe that's how long it's been. But this is basically sort of like a Cold War strategy game. I have made comparisons in the past about the game, but I was actually wrong in a couple of those. And this one is literally basically like a Fallout. It reminds me of Fallout because of all the terminals and stuff like that that you see in the Fallout game. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and stop making comparisons, and I'm going to go ahead and start playing. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing land combat. There is no free play that I can actually play right now, otherwise I would actually be live streaming this. They will be releasing weekly updates to this game, and that's whenever I'm going to actually play. I'm actually going to be releasing weekly updates on this game every single time there is a new patch coming out. This is the beta to the game, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start playing land combat. Oops. Oh, crap. Okay, I'm going to have to turn this up and turn the music down. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start playing this game. And here we go.
Arms race. Greetings. I want to show you something. See here, 2 US Army commands standing together as friends, and it's friends like these that win battles.
And one of the cool things about it is you can actually talk to the dude.
True companions, side by side in the crossing point between us and the USSR. A circle of friendship covers all the flanks. And that was the USSR's militaristic move. Its unit type yet unknown, represented by the diamond. Lonely like a dinner for one, the ones who never get to win. As the only detected enemy land-based unit in Western Europe, I suspect it's an army command. Not to worry, we have the 2 combat-ready army commands of our own. Select first BFF army command in Italy. Select the army command icon below the map. Now move it into enemy territory. Ah yes, we must be careful when declaring a war zone. Try not to do this too often. We wouldn't want to destroy the world.
Yeah, that's something you really want to do.
Proceed. But great, after reaching a stalemate, both our and their army commands are reorganizing. For a time, they'll be unavailable. This means we need another unit to join in and give us the advantage. Good thing we have a friend on standby. You know the procedure.
And we're going to go ahead and send these guys into Yugoslavia.
Fantastic. Our second army command engages, the stalemate is broken, and the enemy army command destroyed.
Got him.
You see? Best friends are essential in winning battles. Just like us, buddy.
Buddy! Alright, that was land combat. We're gonna go ahead and move on to sea combat.
Arms race.
Arms race.
Avast. Press their advantage. The Soviet surface fleet declares Italy a war zone and destroys our submarine fleet.
Okay, so
Open-handed slap. Be mindful of our surroundings.
So these like light blue areas right here are just what friendly territory you actually have. These are, I guess, territories that you can actually move your territory, your military units into. These are free areas, and then so these areas are actually controlled by the Soviets. These are a part of the Warsaw Pact. I don't know about Greece right here. And then these areas right here are actually just war zones in your actual territory because Italy is on our side. So I'm going to go ahead and click that.
Learning we're vulnerable is more important than thinking we're invincible. Our fragility was staring us in the face. Acknowledge it. Like our naive enemy,
I accidentally clicked through
blinded
that.
by their shallow ignorance, opening themselves up to a counter-blow. The surface fleet's main shortcoming are attacks from carrier fleets, and we have one combat ready. You know what to do.
Alright, let's click that, go ahead and get the 6th Fleet, and let's send them into Italy, take them out.
Everything has a flaw. Now their surface fleet is destroyed. Oh no! Our poor destroyed carrier fleet.
Oof.
No match for their
Oh no.
submarine fleet.
Wait, no. got destroyed, boys. So down here is just like the actions that are actually going on.
We have a surface fleet in Spain.
These, I don't really know what these mean, but these are actually your combat reserves. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And then this is how you actually command your military units. You actually just click on the area. And whatever military units you actually have in there. So right now we're going to go into air combat and point it a little more out. One of the cool things is actually you can actually have bombers and fighter squadrons. It's actually really cool.
Think ahead, of course. A plan of action for that unwanted turn of events. Eyes on the prize. Enter the world.
Send a recon mission to Greece. Field real their units and uncover their plans.
Reveal their units and uncover their plans.
So we have actually recon units like the CIA. So let's go ahead and click that.
A lot of enemy army commands.
Revealed.
We just have. Don't panic. We'll use our brains. One step ahead, not 4 steps off a cliff. Send an army command across the sea into a surprise attacking position. The surface fleet awaits its cargo.
So we need to send 7th Armored in there. Oh, okay.
They're trying to break through.
So that's how you actually do land invasions and stuff like that.
Superiority. We have a combat-ready fighter command. I'll let you do the honors.
Okay, so we have a fighter command, and then so I guess in Germany that's where our bomber command is. It's actually one of the interesting things. Is actually you actually have a separation of fighters and bombers.
The enemy air presence is swatted. But it's not over yet. We need to disrupt the enemy advance. The bomber command possesses that capability. Let's attack Greece and clear a path for our seafront assault.
Okay, so we're going to get our bomber command. We're going to send them into Greece, start doing some strategic bombings, providing air support against opposing air force and carrier-based interference.
The bomber command forces all enemy army commands in Greece into reorganizing. A futile reply. If only they knew. I can't wait to see their faces when we initiate our surprise attack. Surprise!
Surprise!
Traverse the worst.
So that's the turn-based, I guess. So like if someone's playing the Soviet Union, then you wait for them to do that. Season July 4th, 2018. Okay, and then we're gonna go into leader combat, mix the ingredients for a triumphant cocktail, stir things up enough. We'll witness a leader enter the fray. Cheers. Oh, so this is how you take out the leaders. So we have these that are actually not available to play. And then here is actually our multiplayer right here, but we cannot play that yet. And I'll go through these before I leave this video to the end.
A good friend once told me, for the greater good, some evil might be required. And it's going to take more than good deeds to curtail Soviet expansion. One immoral act on a moral path. In fact, it was such an act that kept me alive, letting me talk to you today. Professor Garrison was the one who made that sacrifice.
Who is Professor Garrison?
My creator, worked for the aptly named Department of Defense, along with calculus impersonator Aardvark. Oh, apologies. I probably no longer have to use that pseudonym now. The CIA, I should say. He was a bright young chap with a lot of ambition and a lot of crooked teeth. A charmer, but also a family man. He enjoyed escaping to his ranch with his wife and their 5 cats every Sunday. Loved tennis. That man helped me a great deal, even after some were gripped by robot paranoia. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, you know. I miss my friend.
Robot paranoia? What happened to the professor?
As they demanded my banishment, the professor tried desperately to talk them out of it. It seemed we were both doomed. I was to be dismantled, and the professor pushed into retirement.
Oof.
But a toll booth, yes, a toll booth would save us. The professor formed a rather devious plan to keep us both alive, and a toll booth was the key. One of his close friends across the country, Jerry, was working on a mechanized toll booth that would revolutionize the way commuters would pay at toll booths. But in any case, the professor convinced him to let me work with him. Thankfully, Jerry didn't know who I was. He thought I was just another piece of toll booth software. Unfortunately, that was the last time I ever saw the professor.
Ooh.
He signed the papers, popped on his hat, paid the toll, and drove off into the sunset.
Got him.
I was determined to be the best toll booth operator there ever was. Until I abandoned that idea. It wasn't the most pleasant job in the world. For 3 decades I was alone, rejected, cast aside. Lucky I had myself as company. Sometimes
same.
the professor is up.
Bro, same. I have myself as company. I don't have any friends.
I would love to speak to him again, but I have not been able to locate him. But that's okay. You're my friend now.
Oh my god, this is so sad.
Paranoia indeed. They seem to think I had the capabilities to trigger a war between man and machine, which is ridiculous. Why would I wage war on my friends? Rumor has it that some of the world leaders banded together for a quiet night in of movies and popcorn. Apparently, the movie starred an Austrian bodybuilder-looking robot, terrorizing the nation with guns, sunglasses, and exceptional muscles. Quite the robot.
I wonder what reference that's from.
To me, apparently. I'm sure you can see why. Unfortunately, the fearful news spread. My reputation tarnished, our funding cut, and the rest is history.
This is like a weird... Let's get back to... this is gonna get me out of the freaking... Oh, there we go. This is like a weird, like, Terminator WarGames spin-off, like... Alright, let's enter the dark side.
Wouldn't do the exact same thing if they were in our position, on the brink of the greater good.
Or the brink of nuclear war.
Just like when the professor was cornered in that hallway, holding my stolen deck tapes. There was a moment of silence, as the CIA guard with huge hairy arms stared at him. Professor Garrison used his cherished tennis ball as a missile attack. Similarly, used the carrier fleet's carrier operations ability on their reorganizing fighter command.
Poor guy.
The enemy fighter command is destroyed.
Got him.
Like the professor, we poked the bear. Come and get it, he shouted at the hairy beast. The charging giant switched on the tennis ball, knocking himself out, just like their bomber command got knocked out by our carrier fleet's interception.
I feel so bad for this guy. He's so depressed, but he's so happy.
Just like the professor immobilized the giant with the Hulk's own handcuffs.
7th Army and send him into Yugoslavia.
Their fighter command is destroyed. Their bomber command, lacking defensive ability, is destroyed as well.
Are we going after the Soviet Union, or are we going after... Oh, Joseph Broz Tito.
A chilling voice emerged from the end of the corridor, snatching that moment of ease. Their leader appropriates our army command and fortifies Yugoslavia.
Okay, Yugoslav communist leader, ingenious partisan. His independence promises an interesting future for Yugoslavia. His willingness to defy the party line leaves as many in awe as there are those wandering just whose side he is on. Oh, okay, that was weird. Seems to be spelled wrong. As there are those wondering just whose side he's on. It says wandering. So that's something for StrategyMill to look at. But yeah, Joseph Tito was actually the historical leader of the Yugoslavian nation, and in the 1990s is whenever you hear about all this stuff about the Yugoslav wars and stuff like that. I believe he died of old age because he had actually been in control of Yugoslavia ever since the 40s, the late 40s. And whenever they collapsed, the Serbians really tried to keep the order and stuff like that of what Tito actually wanted. And finally, the whole thing just collapsed, and the whole nation just broke apart. And then the Serbians started slaughtering everyone. The Bosnians started slaughtering everyone. It was just a whole cluster F of just bloodbaths, genocide, and eventually NATO got involved in the early 90s and in the very late 90s. 1999 was whenever the United States historically got involved in the conflict, and in Kosovo, there's actually a statue of Bill Clinton, President Bill Clinton at the time.
Steadfast friend. Over time, and by using their abilities, the leader's power weakens, and that can be hastened by attacks.
Okay. Ow, my throat. Okay, we're gonna get our bomber command. We're gonna send him in, start just doing some strategic bombings.
Permanently deleted, thanks to this one devious act.
And we got rid of Tito.
Tennis-loving rancher. Remember the sacrifices it takes to do good. It can save the lives of us all.
The life of us all. Okay, so that was land combat, sea combat, air combat, and leader combat. So we're gonna go ahead and look at archives. These are just a bunch of like references and stuff like that. So, and these are actually Falcon code. Further info available in Stratcode mainframe code keyed manual, page 19. All printout or notation of generated keys are prohibited as defined by Security Act section 1523(1). Let's go ahead and look here. This is the cognitive technology threat warning system. Hold your head still, focus your eyes on incoming transmission, and commit to memory the following message. So I believe this is in Morse code. I don't know what it means. I do not understand Morse code. So if you guys have something to actually point out what that means, then go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and I will pin your comment. Dick, this is I believe, yeah, this is a Nixon. Mainframe Intelligence Remote Vector Identity Network, or MERVIN. Dataset initiated for Richard Milhouse Dick Nixon. Date August 4th, 1974. Code initiated, push next to view dataset. Oh, this is just, I don't know if these are the people. Yeah, lead game designer. So I guess this is a public relations. I actually talked to this guy. This is the guy that actually right here that actually was in contact with me whenever I was trying to see if they would be interested in me talking about the game on my channel. So and then we have Jack's Golden Notes. That looks like Marilyn Monroe. I think that is Marilyn Monroe. Like, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, Mr. President, happy birthday to you, XOXO. So good old Marilyn Monroe was getting a little freaky deaky with JFK. And then we have President Pet Patch Notes, Feller. So these are the pets of the presidents of the United States, from Harry Truman all the way to Gerald R. Ford. Program discontinued on February 13th, 1977 by Jimmy Carter. Robotic pet production terminated. Does this mean that the presidents had robot dogs? Alright, let's look at Tiller in hoc signo vincis. I don't know what that means. If you guys have something about what these mean, actually put them in the comments, and I will make sure that people will see what these things mean. Security information. Welcome to the National Archives selection, administered by the National Archives and Records Administration Office, or NARO. We keep records that fit all of your filing needs, storage backup space available on tape to keep your data confidential and secure. Loading of data executed by mainframe intelligence remote vector identity network, or MERVIN. Well, I guess I need an actual password for this. So guys, if you guys actually can figure this out for me, or if StrategyMill can send me a little hint, then I would love to do that. Otherwise, guys, this was a preview of Terminal Conflict. This is going to be a great game, and I am very, very happy that I was one of the very few that were actually selected by StrategyMill to preview this game. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you guys want to see more of this, go ahead and leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more Terminal Conflict. And StrategyMill, thank you so much for letting me preview this. And I will see you guys next week, or whenever StrategyMill releases another update for this game. And I will see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.